Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the Viral Verdict podcast with your host Rikkie. Guys, I am so happy to be back. I went MIA back in 2022 and I know there's so much to unpack and just update you guys with everything that I've been up to. But first things first, for the sake of the people who are seeing me for the very first time, it's only proper to introduce myself. So my name is Nyamwagoa Joroge, popularly known as Rikkie on social media. Rikkie is my social media brand. I was born in Limuru, Kiambu County. I was raised in Kikuyu town. I am a content creator, both a YouTuber and a TikToker. I have been on YouTube since 2017. In fact, most of you will describe me as the Kenyan YouTube OG because I was one of the first YouTubers to post YouTube videos and YouTube vlogs. Beside that, I'm also on TikTok. My sister and I have a TikTok called the Kenyan Sisters, where we are foodies and we get to enjoy good food um, as we compete in a game called Rock, Paper, Scissors. So probably you've seen me there. Beside being a content creator, I'm also a podcaster. It also counts in the being a YouTuber. The second thing is I am a nurse. I am a retired nurse. Studied in Presbyterian University of East Africa Nursing School, practiced kidogo, and now I'm retired. Uh, Beside being a retired nurse, guys, I'm going to explain. I'm also an author. Most of you know my first two books. The first one is called The Blackmail. The Blackmail was inspired by a blackmailer back in 2018 when I was still on YouTube, where there's a blackmailer who wanted to extort me money in exchange of not posting my Photoshop nude pictures, and that's how the book was inspired. The second book is called A Slave to the Internet. A Slave to the Internet was inspired by the fact that I realized I was spending so much scrolling on the internet and I was not living in the present. Like, for example, I will be asked, like, what did you do in 2018? And the only thing I remember was like nothing, like I never lived in the present. So it's a book that I recommend for people who want to strike a balance between living in the internet and living in the present, like the real world. My third book is a book that I recently published early this year, 2025. It's called The Price of Delusion or Opulence. And The Price of Delusion or Opulence is a book that was inspired by the fact that I was going through a financial crisis. And man, the lessons there about money are so huge. And if any one of you out there is going through a financial crisis, a financial hiccup, I mean, the lessons in The Price of Delusion or Opulence will just save you the time for you to experience the lesson and learn from me. Learn from me. So, beside being an author, I'm also a business lady. I love and enjoy doing business and being an entrepreneur. I think it just brings out the creativity in me and the whole of the ideas that I have in my head and just bringing them to life. So I really enjoy being an entrepreneur and invent things. And lastly, I am a culinary student. So I retired from being a nurse and I am now a culinary student. I'm almost finishing my culinary arts course, and I've bumped into you guys, especially on my TikTok lives, and everyone is just confused like, I thought you were a nurse. Like, what are you doing in the culinary world. So I am currently a culinary student, and there's nothing. The reason why I stopped being a nurse or a retired nurse is because I love catering to people, and I felt like I was doing that. I was catering to people, but at the same time, I had a mental crisis. Like I didn't have um, it really affected me mentally, and I chose culinary. I still cater to people, but I'm more at peace, I'm more happier. And shout out to everyone in the medical world. It's a very tough industry to be in, and so much respect. And as much as I've changed careers, once a nurse, always a nurse. So I am much, much happier. And I feel that like the hospitality industry brings out the personality in me. And I am much, much happier, more creative. So that's one of the updates. So I also wanted to touch on the reason why I left YouTube in 2022. And it was a contribution of two factors. Number one factor is because when I started YouTube, I really didn't understand the outcome. Like I didn't know I will be this famous or known. Let me say known, that's better. And there are consequences of being known. My personality type is an ambivert. I'm both an introvert and an extrovert. So I'm introverted to people that I don't know. So people knowing me and I don't know them was bringing an issue there. And I'm also an extrovert for people I know. So that there's that. Um, so the reason why I left YouTube was because I started really relying on external validation. That means a lot of compliments from comment section, and also at the same time, hate comments used to really affect me at the same time. So external validation and attention is a real drug, and people can get addicted. And I feel like back then I really didn't know who I was and what I was about. I was just going with the flow, and that really destroyed me. So I felt like I needed to take a break and really get grounded and understand who I am and what I'm about before coming back on YouTube. The second factor is because my YouTube channel was all about lifestyle vlogs, and it required me to just take you guys around, me doing my errands, a lot of shopping, fashion, and it required money. And then I indulged in a project that really drained me financially, and I became broke. And I felt like it beat the whole purpose of doing vlogs because I was broke. Where would I go? Like most of the time, I will just spend time at home, and that would not be interesting. I mean, that will not be content people would want to see. So yeah, and I was also going through a situation where my friend and I called MD, money depression. And this is a situation where you get depression because you don't have money, and it happens to a lot of people. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of depression, low moments. So that's why I left YouTube. So I am now back with the Viral Verdict podcast, where I criticize viral videos and give my insights and thoughts about what I think about them. So I am really excited. Podcasting is something that I started thinking back in 2018, where when before the podcast floods. But hey, no regrets. The important thing is that I'm here with you, and I'm going to share my insights on viral videos, and air out my advice and my thoughts. And I feel like I I have purpose with this podcast. It's just not aimless, content. It's something that I want to help my viewers with. So I am looking forward to seeing you in episode 1. I'm really excited to where the Viral Verdict podcast will take me and you. So I hope to see you guys in episode 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then.